Remember, for small sponsors that you are paying £364. So if you are coming with 3 years visa, 3 times. News have been flying on the internet that some care homes now demand you pay certain amounts if you successfully pass your interview before you can be issued certificate of sponsorship. And some of my subscribers have reached out to me whether it's true, whether this news is legit and the payment is legit or not. In fact, someone contacted me this morning that her sister also got the same job, and this care home asked her that she will be paying certain amount of money before she will be issued certificate of sponsorship. So guys, I went to make my own research, and in today's video we are going to be covering everything about this payment of COS and all that. You are going to know whether this payment is legit, what this payment is being called, why you are paying for it, and then I'll also share some of the reasons why these care homes now result that you should pay certain amount before they can issue you certificate of sponsorship. These and many more are what we are going to be covering in today's video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Chinny-official. To all my new subscribers, you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for subscribing to this family. And to all my returning subscribers, you guys are the real G's. You all are welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your support. Now let's go straight to the government website and see what this payment that you have to pay before some care homes can issue you certificate of sponsorship is all about. All the information I'm going to be sharing in today's video is gotten from the government website, UK government website, okay? When this subscriber of mine sent me the message, I went to the government website to make my research, and I'm going to share it with you also that we will see what this is called. Remember when I got the message, the lady told me that her sister was asked to pay for what they call ISC, okay? So as seen on the screen, it is called Immigration Skills Charge. Now let's go ahead and read further and know what it is all about. They said that you might have to pay an additional charge when you assign a certificate of sponsorship to someone applying for a skilled worker or senior or specialist worker visa. This is called the immigration skills charge. Reading further, you must pay the immigration skills charge if they are applying for a visa from, firstly, outside the UK to work in the UK for 6 months or more. Then secondly, inside the UK for any length of time. Guys, originally this fee is supposed to be paid by your employer, okay? That's that care home that you applied to. Now some of them now result that applicants who have successfully passed the interview and they want to recruit them from overseas or from inside UK, that you now need to pay this payment, that this immigration skills charge, before they can give you certificate of sponsorship. I will still tell you some of the reasons why I think they made that statement or they result to that decision, okay? So guys, but then let's read further. There are some exemptions. It depends on the kind of visa you are coming to the UK with. So reading further, when you do not need to pay, you will not have to pay the charge if you are sponsoring someone with one of the following occupation codes: chemical scientist, biological scientist and biochemist, physical scientist, social and humanities scientists, natural and social science professionals not elsewhere classified, research and development managers, higher education teaching professionals, clergy, sports players, sports coaches, instructors or officials. Since healthcare assistants or care workers code is not included in this code that we just listed, it means that employers in UK who have care homes usually pay what they call immigration skills charge before they can be able to issue certificate of sponsorship to any applicant, no matter where you're applying from, be it inside UK or outside UK. Okay, so employers normally make this payment before they issue anybody certificate of sponsorship. This is to tell you how competitive this applying from overseas can look like. Your employer pays this amount to recruit you. So now some care homes have resulted that they don't want to pay, that they want the applicants to make this payment before they can issue them certificate of sponsorship. Now I'll go ahead to state the reasons why I think, and which will still verify from this particular website. One of the reasons why I think these care homes now decide that overseas applicants should be the one to make this payment, immigration skill charge, before they can issue you certificate of sponsorship is that, you guys know that of recent that most people that come to UK from overseas via the health and care worker visa route, some of them come, especially those in the domiciliary carer, they work for a few months and dump their employer or quit the job, being that the work is being stressful and they can't cope with the challenges at workplace and all that, so they tend to quit their job. And remember, if your employer paid this amount before they gave you COS, that employer have lost money, and you will still leave that employer and go to another employer. That same second employer will still pay before they give you certificate of sponsorship. Remember that some of these employers also watch these videos and also on the internet and see what happens. In fact, it happens in their workplace. Some must have recruited people that finally quitted the job and moved to another employer, and they lost money. So they now decided that before they can recruit you from overseas, you have to pay that money, so that once you come to UK and you decide to leave, they won't be losing anything. Okay, so guys, I think that is the reason why some of them, not all, some of them insist that you have to pay this immigration skill charge before they can issue you certificate of sponsorship. In case the person comes to UK and decides to leave, the care home is not losing anything. So that's the reason why I think. What do you think? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think is the reason why they are doing this thing? So guys, we are still going to look at how much this immigration skill charge costs. Okay, what you are expected to pay in case the care home that recuse you, say you should pay for the charge before they issue you certificate of sponsorship. But then let's quickly read further. So there are some people that don't have to pay for this. Then second, they say if you are sponsoring someone who has a UK student visa to switch to a work visa, you will not have to pay the charge if they switch to either a skilled worker or senior or specialist worker visa and then extend their stay on the new visa. Okay, so these are also some exemptions. Then if you are sponsoring someone on the global business mobility senior or specialist worker route, you will not have to pay. There are still conditions attached. Okay, so the link will be in the description box so that you can go back and read it in detail and get all the information. Now guys, this particular one explains the same reason that I gave. Now, if you are sponsoring changes job, if you have assigned a certificate of sponsorship to someone in your organization who then moves to a new job in your organization, you will need to assign them a new certificate and they will use this to apply for a new visa. Okay, so if like the employer employed you and you are changing a job that is still within the same organization, they don't need to pay another charge before they issue you certificate of sponsorship. Okay, but then if you are leaving that organization to another organization, of course that organization that employed you, that brought you to UK, have lost, and the second organization will now pay for your certificate of sponsorship. Let's give an example for this particular paragraph. For instance, an organization employed you as a care assistant, okay, with 2 years visa. So you paid your immigration skill charge for 2 years before they gave you certificate of sponsorship. Now later you switched a job in the same organization. You switched a job in the same organization that is 3 years visa. You are not going to pay for the immigration skill charge for the 2 years that was issued to you. You are going to pay only the additional 1 year or maybe additional 6 months that they added to your first visa. Okay, that's just a simple explanation. But then if you leave that organization entirely and move to another organization, that organization that employed you have lost. Your new employer will still have to pay that amount before they give you certificate of sponsorship. Okay, so that's just the simple explanation. That's why I also think that some care homes usually tell you need to sign a contract that if you leave their care home in less than 6 months, I don't know the duration, that you have to pay certain amounts, whether 5,000 or 6,000 pounds. I don't know how much they they normally say you have to pay. Some used to state it in the contract. That's why you are being advised, always read your contract before you sign. So these are some of the reasons. So this is now when it's beginning to make sense to us, the reason why, you know, these contracts are being, some of these things are being added in the contract and all that is now beginning to make more sense to us. Quickly go to how much this immigration skill charge costs. Now, you pay the immigration skill charge when you assign a certificate of sponsorship to the worker. How much does it cost? Now, there are two criteria for you to know how much you're going to pay. Firstly is the size of your organization, and secondly, how long the worker will work for you using the state and end dates on their certificate of sponsorship. That's the duration of your visa. So as seen on the screen, for the first 12 months, now they have two categories: small sponsors and large sponsors. Now, if your employer is a small sponsor and you are coming for 12 months, you are paying £364, and each additional 6 months you are paying £182. We are going to do this math. Now, if your sponsor is a medium or large sponsor, for 12 months you are paying £1,000. For each additional 6 months you are paying £500. So let's go ahead and state how much for 3 years visa and 5 years visa. Guys, you all remember that there are two categories: small sponsors or charity sponsors, then large or medium sponsors. Now, as seen on the screen, remember for small sponsors that you are paying £364. So if you are coming with 3 years visa, 3 times 364 will give you £1,092. Okay, and if you are coming with 5 years visa, it will be 5 times £364, which is £1,820. So for the second category, which is medium or large sponsors, the immigration skill charge is £1,000. So if you are coming with a 3 years visa, it will be 3 times 1,000, which is £3,000. And if you are coming with a 5 years visa, then 5 times 1,000 is £5,000. So this is basically the amount of money your employer is supposed to pay before they can issue a certificate of sponsorship, or the amount of money you are to pay if they insist that the applicants will be the one to make the payment. Guys, I hope this is becoming clearer. Okay, now I remember when this health and care worker visa started earlier last year, one of a large sponsor, large care homes in UK, was telling applicants to pay £5,000, and a lot of people were saying it's scam, it's not scam. Some people called them and the care home confirmed that yes, that is legit, that they have to pay, that they are collecting £5,000 from overseas applicants. Okay, and some people that don't have the money didn't pay, and some people that also have the money were scared that it's not legit. So it's becoming more clearer now. Fact, information they say is power. Okay, so guys, that's why there is also a reason some people don't get their visa, because they stated here on this government website that some care homes might not make this payment and you apply for your visa, and if the visa application center, once they search and see that they have not made the payment within certain days, they will reject your visa. That's why some people get certificate of sponsorship and still get their visa denied. So a lot of things are just happening. Okay, but these are some of the reasons. I hope this video is able to answer some of your questions. Okay, like the lady that contacted me, she told me the actual amount they told her sister to pay, which is around £3,000. Okay, and it's a 3 years visa. So it means that this her sister of hers got this job from a large or medium sponsor here in UK. So guys, in case you get any job from care home, I'm not saying agent, care home, and they ask you to pay for your certificate of sponsorship, from this video you now know how much you're supposed to pay based on the number of visa that they will issue you. Okay, if you have the money, you can go ahead and make the payments, but if you don't have the money, never mind, you move over to next application. There are still care homes and NHS trusts that will still employ you without you paying for immigration skill charge. Okay, so guys, this is just the summary of what this is all about. I hope this video helps someone out there. Don't forget to like this video and share it so that it will get to a lot of people that are being curious about payment of certificate of sponsorship, what is all about, and the amount to pay. Remember, when you are getting this job, it's not from an agent. This job should come directly from care home that is a registered licensed sponsor. Okay, that care home, you need to go to government website and also make sure you search that they are licensed to give sponsorship. Once you confirm they are licensed to give sponsorship, then you can go ahead and make this payment, that's immigration skill charge, for you to be issued certificate of sponsorship if they ask you to do that. If not, your employer is supposed to be the one to make the payment. Guys, we have come to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.